This unassuming little black box you see here, this is a 1 pound, 7-inch lie. We've been conditioned for years to believe in a fundamental trade-off. You can have unbridled power, or you can have a tiny size. You can either own a massive, heat-spewing desktop tower capable of rendering a new universe, or you can have a polite, silent little mini PC that struggles to simply open a single spreadsheet. You absolutely must choose. That is the established law of PC building. But this, the ROG GR70, has the sheer audacity to claim it has broken that law. The internet is already buzzing, calling this the mini PC beast. A monster in a sleek box you could lose in a backpack. A beast that supposedly draws less power than your average coffee maker. But is that the truth? Is this genuinely a game-changing beast? Or is it just another carefully crafted compromise wrapped in an aggressively branded plastic shell? We had to find out. We purchased one, we plugged it in, and we ran our benchmark tests. Then we ran them again, because we simply couldn't believe the initial results. What we've uncovered is about to shatter everything you thought you knew about small form factor computing. This isn't just a simple review. This is an intervention. You are about to witness what happens when someone manages to cram a true monster into a cage. And trust me, you won't want to buy another PC, be it a nuke, a laptop, or even a full-size desktop, until you heard what we have to say. This is the unvarnished truth about the impossible box. Let us know in the comments right now, before we reveal anything more, what you think is inside this tiny black cube. So what exactly is it? Let's get this out of the way immediately. This is absolutely not a nuke. Intel's nukes are designed to be polite, unassuming office companions, built for the person who wants to hide their computer away. This, being an ROG product, is anything but polite. The unboxing alone is an event. The package is heavy, far too heavy, and you feel a dense quality that just shouldn't be possible for something this small. When you finally pull out, it feels cold. It's not cheap plastic, but precision-milled aluminum and magnesium alloy chassis. It feels utterly serious, like a piece of $1,800 hardware. It's a deep matte black, covered in those unmistakable angular Cybertex textures that are an ROG signature, and on the side, you see the single, glowing white ROGI logo. There is only one button, a minimalist, illuminated power switch. Around the back, the story becomes truly interesting. This is not your grandfather's mini PC. We're talking connectivity that laughs in the face of compromise. 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, HDMI 2.1, a full-size DisplayPort, and USB ports absolutely everywhere. But then, your eye catches the power connector. It's not a standard 3-prong Mickey Mouse cable. It's a big, thick 4-pin monster. And that monster connects to a brick. Oh yes, the brick. This is a crucial part the marketing photos conveniently omit. A colossal 330-watt power supply. So large it feels like it has its own zip code. A brick that is nearly half the size of the PC itself. That, my friends, is your first clue. You don't need a 330W power supply for a low-power i5. You don't need a 330W power supply for integrated graphics. You only need a 330W power supply for power, for a beast. So we open it up. We simply had to know. We needed to see the monster in its cage. Getting inside is not an easy task. This machine is not designed for casual tinkerer. It's built with Swiss watch-like precision. But once you manage to get the panel off, you don't see typical PC components. All you see is blackness. You see a massive custom-engineered vapor chamber. The entire top of the device is one sculpted piece of copper and aluminum. It's not a heatsink. It's a colossal cooling block. This vapor chamber makes every laptop cooling system look like a toy. 2 huge blower fans are strategically placed at either end, ready to create a wind tunnel. This is laptop engineering cranked up to 11, a cooling solution that is either laughing at the hardware underneath or bracing itself for the war that's about to begin. So what is underneath it? We dug deeper, removing the cooling shroud, and there it was. The processor is not a low-power U-series chip. It is a full-fat Intel Core i9, the 14900HX. The HX chip is designed for 17-inch, 10-pound desktop replacement gaming laptops. A 55W chip with 24 cores that can boost over 150 watts, all crammed into this tiny box. That is utterly insane. But that's just the brain of the beast. Where are the graphics? It cannot be integrated. Not with that power supply. Not with that cooling. And there it is, soldered right next to CPU, an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070. A laptop 4070, 8 gigabytes of GDDR6, and crucially, not a low-power Max-Q version. This is a full 115W TGP with a 25W dynamic boost, pushing it up to 140 watts. Let me repeat that one more time. An i9 with 24 cores and a 140-watt RTX 4070 with 32 gigabytes of RAM, all in a chassis smaller than a PlayStation 5. This is not a mini PC. This is either a miracle of engineering or a thermonuclear bomb waiting for the wrong moment. There was only one way to find out. We plugged it in, installed our games and benchmark software, and listened. At idle, there is silence. Nothing. The fans do not spin. It sits on your desk, a silent black monolith. You're browsing the web, watching 4K YouTube. Silence. The massive vapor chamber is passively cooling an i9. It's magic. Okay, let's push it. We open up Adobe Premiere Pro, loading a 4K 10-bit multi-track timeline with color grading and effects. Scrubbing? No hitching, no stuttering. The i9's quick sync handles a decode, and the 4070's CUDA cores are yawning. Time to render. We hit the button on a 10-minute 4K project. And there it is, the sound. It's not a whining noise. It's a whoosh. The two blower fans spin up, maybe to 30%. It's audible, a low, powerful rush of air, the sound of raw performance. A render that takes my $3,000 MacBook Pro 10 minutes finished in 3. This is not a normal device. This is faster than 90% of the creator laptops on the market. We even loaded up the Classroom demo in Blender. It's desktop class fast. This is a workstation in disguise, but the box doesn't say workstation. It says ROG Republic of Gamers. This isn't for work. It's for war. So we threw down the gauntlet. Can it game? We started easy, Valorant, CS2. The i9 just laughs, spitting out 300, 400, even 500 frames per second. The monitor's 144 Hz refresh rate is the bottleneck. The fans barely spin. This machine is bored. Time to get serious. Elden Ring, max settings, 1440p, locked 60 frames per second. Not a single drop through Limgrave, through Caelid. We fought Melnia. We were struggling, but the GR70 was bored. The fans a gentle whoosh. The GPU sitting comfortably at 80%. It has headroom. Then, the ultimate test, Alan Wake 2, 1440p, high settings, ray tracing on, path tracing on, DLSS quality, frame generation on. We hit start, and we were in a dark, beautiful, and terrifying world. It was smooth, 70, 80 frames per second, path traced, on a box smaller than a book. I've been building PCs for 20 years. I have never seen anything like this. And now the fans. Now they're screaming. Now it sounds like a jet engine, like a vacuum cleaner. It is loud. The sound of an impossible amount of air being forced through a tiny metal block. And the heat. The air coming out of the back is scorching, around 160 degrees Fahrenheit. You could cook on this thing. We looked at the thermals. The i9 hits 95 degrees Celsius. It's on the limit. The 4070 is at 85 degrees Celsius, screaming for mercy. We ran it for 3 hours of path-traced agony, and the frame rate never budged. It did not throttle. It hit its thermal limit and held its clocks, riding the edge for hours and never falling. The beast, the mini PC beast, is real. The name is not marketing. The name is a warning. So, the original lie, the one that said you have to choose, is broken. But there's a new choice, a new compromise. You don't compromise on performance, and you don't compromise on size. You compromise on silence. If you push this monster, it will roar. If you want to play Alan Wake 2, you must wear a headset, and you compromise on cost. This is not cheap. This is a $1,800 box. You could build a faster, quieter, more upgradable full-size ATX desktop for that price. And that is the other catch. This is not upgradable. This is a console, a glorious, insanely powerful PC console. The CPU is soldered. The GPU is soldered. The 32 gigabytes of RAM is soldered. You can upgrade the 2 M.2 SSD slots, and that's it. This is an appliance. A sealed black box of magic and rage. So who is this for? It's not for the tinkerer, the budget builder, or the person who wants an RGB trophy on their desk. This is for the minimalist who hates compromise, the person whose desk is clean, just a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, and this silent black void that awakens into a monster. This is for the living room gamer who needs a box that obliterates the PlayStation 5 and embarrasses the Xbox Series X. Playing every game on Steam at settings those consoles only dream of, all while hiding behind the TV. This is the end of the weak mini PC. This is a new category, the Ultra PC, the ROG GR70. It's not a lie. It's terrifying. It's brilliant. And it might just be the future. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.